G'day farmers and welcome back to the animal husbandry series here on Court Farms. I've just updated the map to 1.1, which is fantastic. It goes with all old saves, changes a few things which I'll go over, the most important sort of stuff right now. We've got some collisions fixed, some gates are opening more than 90 degrees, which is absolutely fantastic. Added straw to canola, all that sorts of stuff. Heaps more. We've got a big episode for the fact that, yes, we're still unfortunately in August, and yes, this is the 5th episode on the same month. I'm sure after this it'll speed up quite a lot, but this episode I really wanted to get this field over here all ploughed up and see if we can seed in some canola, which is fantastic that straw was added to it. Also, a little bit on a greener side, if we pop on over here, I've got a few plans in mind for this little spot here, and I'm going to get rid of these trees using the lumberjack mod so I can place down some greenhouses. They're the open air greenhouses that can supply all the types of crops needed for the pigs, which I think would be a fantastic balance for the fact that we need greenhouses to make strawberries, to make cakes anyways. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to float on down here and turn off the running multiplier and the flight mode. Back to survival. Here we go. I need to purchase, obviously, a chainsaw, which is... Oh, not that one. We'll go for the still, because we definitely have these in Australia. In Aussie Town, the land down under, and this is really easy to use. And the reason why I've got the lumberjack mod is so I can actually destroy the stumps at the bottom. And timber, there we go, cool. So what I'll do now is I'll find that stump wherever it is. Here it is. Wait for it to show up red. There we go. There we go, so there should be no more stump there. That's fantastic. I've just moved the tree all the way over here, just nice and simply, as I haven't really gotten stuck into forestry or anything like that as much, either in past farming simulators or this one. So let me know in the comments below if you'd like to see that in the future of this season. But I know there's all sorts of different lengths, and you have to trim the leaves and all this sorts of stuff to increase the prices, so I'll have to learn that off camera. But I'll just get this second tree out of the way and off to the side. So I'll just get this done nice and quick. And obviously, wherever you're aiming, the chainsaw itself is where the tree will fall. So it should fall off to the left or right on top of me. Never mind. All right, let me just get rid of this stump. Awesome sauce. And I'll just quickly move this out of the way as well. Here we go. And I'll get that other small one, just so we have a nice clean space, as I wouldn't mind getting 2 greenhouses down in the future, but I'll get one down at least right this second. So we go Shift P, production, greenhouses, and I'm specifically going for the open air garden for the fact that it will make that pig food and all that sorts of stuff. So I'll plant this down where I think it's going to be most useful. And I think one of them was going to be just here all the way over as possible, to leave us some room. Yeah, just there. Sounds about good. And then that leaves us enough room up the back here to probably place another one like here or something, or probably more likely over here. And then if I go to the factories and get this open air garden, you can feed this all the manure, water, and the seeds that this greenhouse uses. And this distributor will obviously distribute it to all your greenhouses throughout the entire map, no matter where you've placed this specific greenhouse down. So let's just pop into it and have a look. Here we go. So obviously we'll need to make the strawberries, but I'd really like it to start making... Let me just check my notes and I will double check which protein, base, etc. I need to feed those pigs, as I've already have a few of them, including the canola and the barley already. So just have to double check. So overall, I went with sugar beet, soybeans, and corn for the pig feed. Hopefully they'll grow enough in terms of what we'll need this time next year. But this greenhouse does not offer the ability to grow any of the grains, which is 25% of that proficiency for the pig feed. So it's missing one of the 4 feed requirements to feed the pigs over the course of the year or whatever. So I'll have to definitely get that barley field planted in next month. So we just need to give this a little bit of water, which is perfectly fine. We'll close that gate, go over to our tractor, and before I do that, I will just disconnect that and get this water done nice and quickly. Whether we need to refill it or not, I'll just get that done. Another thing in the future I'll be setting up is an auto drive course for a worker to eventually do this on like a loop to feed and water all the animals and the greenhouses and all that sorts of stuff. But at the moment we're kind of tight on the money, so it's not going to happen just yet. We might make a little bit of money off camera by selling the best we can out of those 2 trees. There we go, just top this all the way off so we can get on to our next job. I might just leave that one there and go and get that TMR mixer, because another thing that was updated with the new Court Farms map is the capacities of the feed and water of different animal pens. Here goes an autosave, nice and quick. Thank you very much, game. So what I want to do is I want to top off the cow feed just a little bit more. I want to give them a total of like 2,200 litres of this forage slash hay, just so they have enough to feed them until about 8 or 9 a.m. tomorrow, by the time that silage pit there is finished, which I'll just pop out and have a look at what percentage we're at the moment, as it'll be very interesting. Bring it on up. 25%. It's only the quarter of the way there. So, good fun. Let's just go and top this off into the cows. Now, it's nice and easy. So, what do they got at the moment? Just double checking. 2 different ones because they're, yeah, why not? 1944. So, we just need to give them an extra, like, 300 litres or something. I might as well give them the 700 or so that's just there. 3, 2, yeah, that should be fine. They're on 24. That's more than enough than the 2166 litres I actually calculate they may need to feed them until about 8, 9 o'clock tomorrow, hopefully by the time that silage pit is done. So another big job we've got is obviously getting this canola planted ASAP. So obviously I'm just going to dump this thing here again, as this TMR mixer is going to be used quite a lot. And we'll get this plough and stuff hooked up and get into finishing off this field. I should have all the tools needed. Direct driller, obviously, we'll need to scan the field, but we'll do all that when we get to it. So here we go. Got a 6-meter plough. It's a deep plough by Lizard, like this thing. I remember this from FS17 and 19, to be honest. The one that can create fields, etc, etc. And I'm going to start at the top of the field up here, so I can get a nice, hopefully smooth lane down here without messing up the road or going too close to it. So this will be kind of interesting, as I haven't created a field in a very long time, so sure the principles haven't changed too much. I'm probably too far over. Let's find out by lowering it. Alright, so I'm going to chuck a quick save here in case I don't like what I see, but I'm sure the paint tool will help us out quite a lot. And Y to create fields. Let's get going, shall we? Let's see how we go on this. It shouldn't take too long, I don't think. Top of 17Ks, pretty good. I could could probably get a little closer to the road, to be honest, but that's okay. I can do that after. And I'll be very curious to see what sort of rocks pop up, if they're large or small, as we have a roller that you saw, I think, was in the last episode. But we certainly don't have a rock picker, or one that we could afford that would speed the process up by a lot, as there's like a $2,000 or $3,000 one that's available that can go on the front of my tractor or whatever, on the 3-point link, or even on the telehandler. But it's only like 2.5 meters wide, so it's really small, like really small. Okay, we're not going too bad, I don't think. Just want to get the outline of the field done. Let's not pull too close to the grass field. Oh, sorry, not to the grass field, to the hedges on the left, as I certainly don't want to clip anything and make it harder for any of the workers in the future. So I don't want to try and use Courseplay, and I've got it installed for a lot of other reasons, but I want to try and record what jobs I'm doing on each field, and then use that pre-recording for that specific tool over and over and over again, with the worker, obviously, to get that job done in the future. But obviously we're a little tight on what sort of tractors and things we have, so it is what it is. So I can fix that outside bit just to get it a little closer to the road there, or to the concrete of where we drive in. Even that might be good, to having a little bit of a space. And I've done some testing with the bees. They are really expensive. 150 meter range for the 19,000 largest beehive is doesn't go all the way to the end of this field. So I'll wait for it to turn around and I'll show you. I'll just get this corner and I'll turn around and I'll show you, because it only goes to about 3/4 up there if it is placed next to the shed there on the left. So there is a measurement tool that I've got, a mod. Let me know in the comments below if you want more information. I'll give you the link, etc. It's pretty good. Just measures everything for you as it should do, and I measured that out. It's not going to cover the whole thing, so I don't think this job will be too much or too long to do. I'll try not to do too many time lapses, for the fact that I've been chatting through this one, obviously, so I'll just skip till when I finish doing this and we can move on to the next job, and I'll get this done nice and quick. I'm pretty sure 6-meter tool, bit reminiscent from the 2017 2019 days. Just zooming on back, and I'll see you very shortly. Here we go, we're on our last pass, and I actually got to use the GPS steering on this thing finally. I've had it all this time. I paid 15 grand for it, but I'm only using it for the first time today. Yes, it is what it is, but hey, it's been a while. I've had some fun, actually. But as you can see, the whole field is done, and it looks like we've only got some small stones, but I'll have to double check that after we've finished this, and I can put it away. But that's one job finished. Wrong one. There we go. Turn that off. Let's go put this away. Turn that GPS off. Don't need it at the moment. Here we go. And I was going to scooch over the field towards the road as you enter Court Farm, as I said I was going to, but I ended up not doing it, just to allow us more room on entry and exit into the farm. So I think it just makes more sense. So let's just disconnect that one up right there. And obviously we'll probably need to lime what's in this thing at the moment, as I will probably need to go and get the field sampler. We've got nothing in this at the moment. That's all right. Let's go and have a look at what we've got. Yeah, so field info, it has absolutely no data because we need to scan it. So I'll just duck down to the shop very quickly and go grab that soil sampler, and I'll be right back to get that done nice and quick. The beacon of hope. So let's just zip on back here and grab it. There we go. And then back to the farm we go. Alright, here we go. Let's get this field drilled nice and quick, shall we? There we go. There's one. Now, I could get a modded version of this Azaria Pro, so it scans more field per scan. But I guess I just don't mind this one, to be honest. I've got this already. It is a lease to own playthrough, and I don't want to have to buy this one to sell it to actually get the upgraded modded version. I might as well just stay with this one and just do it a couple more times, I guess. It's not like you really see it anyway. Takes me a couple minutes to get this done. Here we go on the last scan finally of this field, and then I can send off these soil samples and have a look at what sort of field we're looking at. Send those off. How much is that going to cost us? We've got 7.5 grand at the moment. Tick, 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 tick. Let's see what it says and how much and all this stuff while I put this away. Let's get that time back on 1, shall we? Might speed things up a bit more as well. There they are, 1,200 bucks. Still saves us a bit of money from actually doing it, so let's see what we got. We've got 0 nitrogen, 0 lime, pretty much. I know. pH value is actually not too bad. Just need to top it up with lime. The nitrogen's got absolutely nothing, so the fertilizer will be needed quite a bit. Let's have a look at our environmental score on everything. So we got 78 on this one here. Almost got completely full nitrogen and pH, as I should have sprayed them with the fertilizer and the lime just before harvesting them, but I was warming up to the game, getting back into it. Obviously, the weed control and the tillage, we didn't plant it, and we couldn't do anything about those too. The grass, I'm still kind of playing with, as I'm pretty sure if you just touch it with a weeder, I've got a mechanical weeder at the moment, it should increase the weed stats on this field 26 for the grass. And then obviously we've got our new one, and it's got a lot of silty clay and a little bit of loam. It's not too bad. I like the loam, but the silty clay kind of sucks. All right, I've just remembered that these seeds are at the shop, as we just saw. I need to go and grab them to make sure that I can fill up this direct drill that takes seeds and fertilizer at the same time. So that'll be really good, and it will speed up the process quite a bit. So I'll be back in a second, and you'll be seeing me all ready to go with that up there to drill in that canola. I'm super psyched on that one, as that'll be some really good food for the pigs, etc., etc., and straw for any bedding and like forage and stuff like that. So that'll be good. Oh, there's the roller. All right, easy peasy. So I found where the roller was, which is really good. That solves that problem. Unfortunately, it's kind of in the way, and I'm just gonna kind of shove it if I can, so I can get to these bags. Awesome. Let's grab these bags. There we go. Grab those 2 bags of seeds, and then whip this around and grab this roller that we'll definitely most likely need. And then we have fertilizer and some lime back at home that we can hopefully use to get all this done. Should be more than enough for what's needed. So let's get back to the farm and get this all done. There we go. That's just about all the fertilizer we have. It's now in here. Let's get this started and let's get this going. I am super keen for this one, actually. I need to change to canola, and I need to double check which one that one is. I'm pretty sure it's that one. that directly through here. Yep, canola. Good, it's the yellow one. Just wanted to triple, quadruple, multiple check that I have the right one. So let's get this on going, I guess. Yeah. Directly drilling and fertilizing at the same time, which is absolutely fantastic. As you can see, we're kind of missing a few spots on the left, but that's all right. I can tidy that up after. Let's get this on going. Some Steam achievements, don't mind if I do, thank you so much. Hasn't gone too bad so far. I'm actually kind of enjoying it so far. Different jobs, different episodes. I'm really going to try not to plan too much in the future for the fact that I've done so already so much, and I'm pretty sure everyone's already over it. Yeah, try and get back to the basics, try and enjoy the games a lot more. Space Engineer's coming out soon. 5 episodes a week. This one will be probably 1 episode a week, and then I might be able to try and get an extra game in on top. Just depends how it all goes and stuff, I guess. See if we can reverse out of here, turn that GPS off, I don't need it anymore. Get this off the field, and let's have a look at our handiwork so far. Move this out of the way. There, beauty. Alright, what do we got? Pretty good, pretty good, pretty good. I'm kind of enjoying that. Needs rolling. Expected yield down the bottom here. Obviously, we didn't get a chance to mulch because this is the last month I can get this canola actually seeded and planted in before next month. Oh, it looks like I've kind of missed a little bit here. I'll have to fix that ASAP. But next job would obviously be the lime. So let's get on to doing that very quickly. I don't know why I turned this off, but that's fine. Let's just see what this does. Does it change the texture at all? No. None whatsoever. That's alright. You don't know until you check. So let's just dump this out of the way. as that's right, because I've got the direct driller, it won't create the weeds. So all it needs to be done is rolling it and liming it, which I will do the lime first so it's nice and neat and we don't see that massive white field. Alright, which one of these is the lime? They're all the lime. Here we go, just under 5,000 litres. Not exactly the worst thing ever. That is not going to be wide enough. I thought it was a lot wider than that. That's alright. Once again, we can just fix that off camera or in a second. But let's get this job done. Nice and easy. Oh yeah, that fertilizer, that lime is going down quick. Hopefully we'll have more than enough. Could be using the GPS mod, and it would probably make sense to use it for the effectiveness, size and range, but I'm playing this game to have fun today. Not trying to plan anything, I'm just going with the flow. Trying to have a bit of fun. Instead of trying to plan all the episodes out so much and then stressing and... Like, for instance, if you don't know me and you don't know this channel, I specifically hate doing intros and outros and asking people to subscribe or like and all that sorts of stuff. It's just not in me as a person or in my personality to ask for that sorts of stuff. But hey, you got to do what you got to do on YouTube to get things done, I guess, and try and get noticed and all that sorts of stuff. And we are definitely not going to have enough lime. Look at that number tick down. 650, 600. So obviously we ran out of lime on our field, so we need to duck down to the shop and get some more. So I'm probably going to buy like 2 big bags of lime. 2,000 litres, I think that should, or 4,000 litres, I think that should be more than enough for what we need to finish this field, and then perhaps if we need to touch up the lime on the new barley field for next episode, and the grass field as well. So I'll just duck to the shop and come on back and we'll finish off that field. Here we go, both bags are now in. 4,000 litres of lime should be more than enough, since we practically started with that at the start of the field. So we should have more than enough to get this done now. Hopefully no one's coming. Oh, there was. Lucky. Here we go. Back on home again. Will that get it? No. That's alright. Alright. Tried to get that spot back there again, but it's just not going to work. So let's get all this done. Yep. Good, good, good. This should be more than enough to get this job done. Here we go. Last bit of lime. That is fantastic. Good to see. So obviously there's a few patches here and there from me turning, but I'll go into the menu and we will have you obviously see. So I just need to touch up that bit again. We have a couple stones that we'll need to roll out. It's not too bad. It's not mulch, so we'll take a hit on that one. Obviously the stones, we need the rolling, so that should all be good and true. The last job on this field should be rolling only, and we're good to go for canola. So obviously I'm planting the canola in August, and then I should be able to harvest this at the start of July next year. So with the barley, I should be able to do that in August, harvesting at that same time. So with the soybean, sorry, not the soybean, the sorghum, I'll plant that in April and hopefully try and get that done in September or something like that, or even the barley, and we'll try and work everything out. But that's fantastic news. Wrong button. Disconnect, please. Thank you very much, as I need to get, not the tree to my face. Here we go. Just need to get this roller, and we shall finish it off. We've got a rather large roller. Unfortunately, this was the one that came with the base game, but there wasn't really much cheaper ones in terms of the ones I wanted. So this is what we got. So let's mark A right there. And let's lower that. And let's roll. And we shall just jump out very quickly. Says it needs rolling here. Come over here, and it does not need rolling. So this will be perfectly fine to use with this. Let's get it going, shall we? Oh, there we go. That's one field done, hopefully. Awesome sauce. That's everything done. It doesn't need anything else, I don't think. It is growing as it should. That will be fantastic. That will be ready in July next year, hopefully. Probably in the Arvo, obviously, because that's when we planted it. Next month, we'll definitely try and get that barley in. I'll try and get anything else. There's not really much else we can do. Maybe try and get some rye or linseed or something like that in to try and get a bit of money moolah for the next month. But other than that, we'll try and, yeah, move on in progress. I'm not too happy about the spotches and stuff like that on this field for the fact that just the way the lime spreader kind of spread everything out. They are actually completely and fully fertilized and limed and everything like that. They're just a graphical kind of error in the game on the field. So it is what it is. That should be my motto, is what it is. Just before I forget, I will quickly repair my tractor, and I will actually buy 500 litres. As you see there, it's 5% full, which cost me about $650 just to get that all sorted. And I will repair the tractor to make sure it's all good and ready for next month's work. Alright, before I forget, let's repair the Massey Ferguson. Yeah, 2,500. I thought it was going to be just as much. That's not too bad. I'm quite happy with that, but now I am quite prepared for the next month, knowing we're not going to have any money. So let's go ahead and refuel it as well. Hopefully we'll have more than enough diesel in this tank to last. Be interesting to see how much is left. Good. But as always, make sure you stick around by hitting that subscribe button, hit that thumbs up if you like it, and make sure it can actually get put out and viewed by other people. Even share it to your friends, whatever it may be. Stay sharp till next time. Thanks for watching as always. See ya.